Hey everyone, welcome back to English Decoded, your favorite slow English podcast. This is the place where we speak clearly, we speak slowly, and we help you understand real English the way people actually use it every single day. I am so happy you are here with us right now. My name is Mia. And my name is Zara. And together, we are your two English learning companions. We are not here to give you boring lessons from a textbook. We are here to have a real conversation with you, about real topics, using real everyday English. That is our promise to you every single episode. So Zara, how are you feeling today? How was your morning? Oh Mia, honestly my morning was a little slow. I woke up and then I just could not get out of bed. I kept closing my eyes and telling myself okay, just a few more minutes. And those few minutes became 20 full minutes. 20 minutes. I know exactly that feeling. Your brain says 5 minutes but your body wants 30. Exactly, my brain was completely lying to me. And when I finally got up, I felt a little guilty because I started my day late. But then I thought, you know what? This actually connects so perfectly to what we are going to talk about today. It does. And today is a really important topic. Today we are talking about how to stop wasting your life. Oh, that sounds very serious. I know. But do not worry. We are going to talk about this in a light, friendly, easy to understand way. That is what English Decoded is all about. We take big ideas and we make them simple, clear, and useful for you. And while we talk, you will hear many useful English words and phrases. So listen carefully, try to repeat when you can, and just enjoy the conversation. Before we go further, we want to ask you one small thing. If this podcast is helping you learn English, please share it with a friend who is also trying to learn. Just send them one episode. And please stay with us until the very end today because we have something special to share with you. Okay, ready? Let us begin. So Zara, let us start with the word waste. W-A-S-T-E waste. Say it with us. Waste. When you waste something, you use it in a way that gives you no benefit, no good result. If you make a big pot of soup and then throw it all away without eating it, you wasted the soup. If someone gives you a beautiful journal and you never write a single word in it, you wasted the journal. Now think about your life. Your life is made of time. Every single day is a small piece of your life. And every morning when you wake up, you receive one new day. One new opportunity. I love thinking about it this way. Your life is like a really wonderful book. And every morning, a new page appears. You get to decide what to write on that page. Some days you write something exciting, something meaningful. You learn a new skill, you connect with someone you love, you try something you have never tried before. And other days the page is almost empty. You did not do much, you just let the day pass. And I want to say, that is okay sometimes. Not every day needs to be a big achievement. We are human beings, not machines. But the idea here is that your book has a certain number of pages. It is not unlimited. Unlimited means it goes on forever. But our lives do not go on forever. So we want to think about how we use the pages we have. That is a really powerful way to think about it, Mia. And it reminds me of something that happened recently. I have a neighbor. She is an older woman, maybe around 70 years old. Every single morning I see her sitting on her balcony with a cup of tea, just looking at the sky, watching the birds, breathing slowly. And one day I said to her, "Good morning, you always look so peaceful out here, what are you thinking about?" And she smiled and she said, "I am simply counting everything I am grateful for. I know I do not have endless mornings ahead of me. So I want to truly enjoy each one." Oh, that is so beautiful. Yes. She said I do not have endless mornings. And I stood there thinking, none of us do, right? But she was not being sad or negative. She was being mindful. She was paying attention on purpose. On purpose. That is an important phrase. When you do something on purpose, you choose to do it. You decide deliberately. It is not an accident. The opposite of on purpose is by accident, or doing something out of habit without even thinking. And I believe so many of us end up wasting time not because we want to, but because we are simply not paying attention. We are living on automatic. We wake up, we check our phones, we eat quickly, we go to work, we come home, we watch something on a screen, we go to sleep. And then we do it all again the next day. And sometimes years go by this way and you look back and think, where did all that time go? So today we want to help you become more aware of your own life. More awake to your own days. Okay, let us get specific now. Let us talk about some real common ways that people end up wasting their lives, and what we can choose to do differently. And as always, we will teach you useful English along the way. The first one is living for someday. Someday. S-O-M-E-D-A-Y someday. Repeat that word. Someday. You probably recognize this word because maybe you have used it yourself. Someday I will learn English properly. Someday I will start taking care of my health. Someday I will travel to that place I have always dreamed about. Someday I will call that old friend I have been missing. And the problem is, that day almost never comes. Because someday is not a real day. You cannot find it on a calendar. There is no day called someday. There is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No someday anywhere. That is so true, Zara, and it is funny but also a little sad, right? Because when we say someday, we really mean never. We never schedule it, we never plan it, we never start it. And Mia, I think we do this because we are waiting for everything to be perfect. We are waiting until we have more time, or more money, or more confidence, or until life calms down a little. But here is what I have learned. Life almost never calms down. There is always something happening. If you wait for the perfect conditions to start something, you could be waiting your whole life. I have experienced this myself. There was something I always wanted to do. I wanted to start drawing again. I used to love drawing when I was a child, but I stopped and I always said someday I will get back to it. Zara, how many years did you say someday? I am embarrassed to say. 3 years. 3 years of someday. And those 3 years are gone now. I cannot get them back. So the important lesson here is start with what you have right now. Start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. And this is especially true for English learners listening to us right now. Maybe you have been saying someday I will really focus on my English. But you are here, right now, listening, learning. You already started. And we are genuinely proud of you for that. Every time you listen to this podcast, you are investing in yourself. Investing. I-N-V-E-S-T-I-N-G. When you invest, you put something in now because you want something better in the future. Listening to English every day is an investment in your future. The second way people waste their lives is by spending too much energy comparing themselves to others. Comparing. C-O-M-P-A-R-I-N-G. Comparing means you look at another person and you measure yourself against them. They have this, I do not. They are so successful, I am not going anywhere. And this kind of thinking takes up so much of your mental energy. When you use that energy comparing yourself to others, you have less energy left for actually working on your own life. Today with social media it has become so much more difficult. You open any app and you see perfect photos, dream vacations, beautiful homes, people who seem to have everything figured out. But here is the truth. What people share online is only their best moments. It is like a sports highlight reel. A highlight reel is a short video showing only the most exciting, most impressive moments. Nobody includes the boring parts, the mistakes, the hard parts. So when you see someone's amazing vacation photos, you are only seeing the highlight, not the full story. Comparing your full, real, complicated, beautiful life to someone else's highlights is not fair to yourself at all. The idea is to compare yourself to who you were before, not to who someone else is today. Am I better than I was 6 months ago? Did I learn something this month that I did not know last month? That is real progress. For all of you learning English with us, think about where you were 6 months ago. Can you understand more now that growth is yours? That is what you should celebrate. The third way people waste their lives is by surrounding themselves with people who drain their energy. When someone brings you down, they leave you feeling worse than before. More tired, more negative, more hopeless. The opposite is someone who lifts you up. When someone lifts you up, after spending time with them you feel more energized and more capable. I had someone in my life who would call me and every single conversation was full of complaints. Everything was wrong. Everything. And at first I tried to help. I listened carefully. I gave suggestions. But nothing ever changed. And Zara, how did that affect you over time? After a while I realized that after every conversation with this person I felt so heavy. Not because of my own problems. Because I was carrying their problems too, their frustration, their negativity. It was draining. Draining. D-R-A-I-N-I-N-G. When something drains you, your energy disappears. Like water going down a drain in a sink. And here is something worth remembering. The people you spend the most time with have an enormous influence on who you become. Influence. I-N-F-L-U-E-N-C-E. When something has influence, it shapes you slowly. If you spend most of your time around people who are motivated, kind, and curious, you will slowly become more like that too. For English learners, this is also really relevant. If you can find even one other person who is learning English alongside you, that connection can make such a big difference. Someone who cheers for your small wins. Win. W-I-N. A win is a success. And every small win on your English journey deserves to be celebrated. The fourth way is living without a clear sense of purpose. Purpose. P-U-R-P-O-S-E. Purpose is your reason for doing something. It is your direction. It is the meaning behind your actions. When you have purpose, you know why you wake up in the morning. When you have no purpose, you just go through the motions. To go through the motions means to do things without any real feeling or meaning behind them. You do them simply because it is routine, because it is expected. Wake up. Go to work. Come home. Watch something. Sleep. Repeat. Day after day after day. Without ever asking, what do I actually care about? What do I want my life to mean? What makes me feel truly alive? Feel alive. When you feel alive, you feel like you are in exactly the right place, doing something that matters. And purpose does not have to be something enormous. It does not have to be changing the whole world. Purpose can be, I want to be a loving and present parent. Purpose can be, I want to speak English so I can connect with people from all around the world. Those are all real purposes. A helpful question to ask yourself is, when in your life have you felt the most energized and most alive? What were you doing in those moments? That feeling is a signal pointing you towards something that has real meaning for you. The fifth way people waste their lives is by ignoring their health. Ignoring. I-G-N-O-R-I-N-G. When you ignore something, you know it is there but you choose not to deal with it. So many people do this with their health. They eat food that does not nourish them. They do not move their bodies. They sleep too little. And then eventually the body says, enough. Your body is like a vehicle. If you never give it any care, eventually it will break down. Break down. When something breaks down, it stops working completely. And when your body breaks down from exhaustion, you lose days, sometimes weeks. I learned this the hard way. There was a period in my life where I was working incredibly hard and sleeping very little. I thought I was being so productive. Productive. P-R-O-D-U-C-T-I-V-E. Being productive means you accomplish a lot. But what happened, Mia, after a few months of that? I was sick in bed for over a week. And when I came back, I had fallen so far behind that I spent weeks catching up. By ignoring my health, I wasted far more time than I saved. Taking care of yourself is not laziness. It is the foundation of everything else. Foundation. Foundation. The foundation is the base that everything else rests on. Simple habits like drinking enough water, sleeping enough hours, and moving your body a little each day, these things add up. Add up means small actions become something significant over time. The sixth and final one is not spending enough time with the people you love. This is the quiet one. The one that does not feel urgent in the moment. But when people look back over their lives, it is often the thing they feel the most regret about. Regret. Regret is when you feel sad and wish that you had made a different choice. When people are very old and they reflect on their lives, almost none of them say they wish they had worked more hours. But so many people say they wish they had spent more time with their mothers, their fathers, their children, their closest friends. I wish I had been there more. I wish I had called more. And the hard part is that when life is busy, it feels completely okay to say not now, next week, we will do something soon. But soon does not always come. People grow older. People move away. People pass away. Pass away is a gentle way of saying someone dies. I want to share something personal. My grandmother passed away a few years ago. And the last time I visited her, I was in such a hurry. I stayed for only a short visit and then I left. I told myself, I will come back very soon. But I did not make it back before she passed. And Zara, I am so sorry. Thank you. I share this not to make anyone sad. I share it because I wish with my whole heart that I had stayed longer that day. There was nothing I was rushing to that was as important as more time with her. Nothing. Please, tell the people you love that you love them. Spend time with them while you can. These acts of love are never a waste of your time. They are some of the most important things you will ever do. Okay, let us take a breath together. Let us do a quick review. The first way people waste their lives is living for someday instead of beginning today. The second is spending energy comparing themselves to others instead of measuring their own growth. The third is surrounding themselves with people who drain their energy. The fourth is moving through life without any real sense of purpose. The fifth is ignoring their health until the body forces them to stop. And the sixth is not making enough time for the people they love. Now let us talk about some simple, practical things you can do starting right now. First, be intentional. Intentional. I-N-T-E-N-T-I-O-N-A-L. Being intentional means making conscious choices. Instead of just turning on a screen the moment you have free time, pause for 1 second and ask yourself, is this actually what I want to do right now? That one small pause can completely change how you spend your evening. Second, learn to say no more often. Many people give away their time because they say yes to everything. But when you say yes to everything, you have almost nothing left for the things that truly matter. When you agree to something unimportant, you are saying no to something important. You can always say no kindly. I am not available then. Let me think about it and get back to you. Third, learn something new every day. It does not need to be enormous. One new word, one interesting idea, one small thing you did not know yesterday. Learning keeps your mind active and alive. It keeps you curious. Curious. C-U-R-I-O-U-S. When you are curious, you want to understand more. You ask questions. You explore. Every single person who is an expert at something was once a complete beginner. Every expert started at zero. Now let us do a quick vocabulary review. Hearing words again helps them stick in your memory. Stick means to stay in your brain, to not be forgotten. Waste means to use something with no good result. On purpose means you chose to do something deliberately, not by accident. Someday is a vague future time that never arrives when used as an excuse to delay. Highlight reel means the best moments only, not the full picture of reality. Bring you down means someone makes you feel worse and more negative, while lift you up means someone makes you feel better and more hopeful. Purpose is your direction, the meaning behind what you do. Foundation is the base that everything else is built on. Regret is the sadness you feel when you wish you had done something differently. Intentional means doing things by conscious choice. Curious means eager to learn and understand more. And invest means to put something in now so you can gain something valuable later. Before we wrap up today, we want to say one more important thing. We called this episode about not wasting your life. But we want to be careful here, because sometimes when people hear that phrase, they feel pressure. Like they are already failing somehow. Like every moment has to be productive or they are doing life wrong. And that is absolutely not what we mean. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to have a slow, quiet day. You are allowed to watch something just because you want to. Being human means sometimes you are exhausted, sometimes you are sad, and sometimes you just need to sit quietly. And none of that is wasting your life. The difference between living fully and wasting your life is not about being busy every second. It is about awareness. It is about making choices. When you rest and wake up feeling restored, that is not waste, that is necessary care. When you laugh with people you love, that is not waste, that is one of the best things life offers. When you try something and it does not work out, that is not waste, that is how you learn and grow. Wasting your life is going through the motions day after day without ever stopping to ask what you truly want. But you are here. You are listening. You are choosing to grow. And that already means you are not wasting your life. You are building it. We genuinely believe that. We believe in you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today on English Decoded. Our community question for this episode is, what is one thing you have been saying someday about, that you want to actually start? Write it in the comments. Try to write in English if you can. Even one sentence is enough. You can absolutely do it. And if this episode helped you in any way, please share it with one person who could use it today. This was English Decoded with Mia and Zara. Until the next episode, keep choosing to grow, keep learning something new every day, and please be very gentle and kind with yourself. See you soon everyone. Bye bye.